Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, FM Pro. So, just a bit of a background. I've been playing Football Manager for around 5 years, and I decided to create these channels so I can share my knowledge and some tips and tricks for you that you can use for your careers in Football Manager. Well, now this is gonna be a long series for rebuilding one of the worst Premier League clubs that you can start a career with. And as you guessed it from the thumbnail and title, it's gonna be Manchester United. I know you might be wondering why I'm saying this is one of the worst teams that you can start a career with. Well, let me explain some of the reasons. First of all, the club is in serious financial trouble. They owe like a lot of money. It's gonna be hard to take them out of debt. And when a club like this owes a lot of money, then you are struggling in the transfer window. You can't make the signings that you would normally do in another club, and so on. Secondly, it has one of the worst squads in the league. Like the players are not Premier League material; they are not Champions League material. So what we will need to do basically is sell most of them or all of them and buy new ones in order to create a kind of dynasty with this club again. Thirdly, another reason why Manchester United is a very bad uh, career choice for Football Manager are the board members. They are some of the worst. Like they will be blocking transfers. They are not funding areas that the club should be spending money on, like on the youth academies, like on the training facilities. Um, as you will see later on in this video, they will be blocking transfers because they don't amount to the money that they think a player is worth, and that makes your job a lot harder. Another reason that is one of the worst clubs is because the training facilities are kind of bad for a club for this structure. So the players that you will be able to bring in, they will not develop as fast as they would do in a club like Real Madrid, for example. And I will say some more reasons as we go on, and you will see them yourselves. All right, as you can see, I started as a Sunday League player because badges don't really mean much. They give you some abilities that you can use in training. Personally, I tried to start from zero and build it from there because it's going to be a dynasty. Like, we're going to try to go for at least 10, 15 years towards the future here. So, as a coach, you will get some of those abilities and you can tailor them from there. All right, now as you can see, I'm already renewing contracts and putting some players up for sale. One of the first tricks that you can see that I'm doing, I'm always removing the percentage, the yearly percentage from every contract, and I'm trying to maximize the contract length. And also, I double tap on the salary 2 times below. All these things will help you save a lot of money going forward. It doesn't matter with which club you are playing. I mean, I never tried Manchester City or PSG that have unlimited money, basically. But for the rest of the clubs, even in the second division, third division, or Premier League, this will save you a ton of money for the future. And also with the contract length, you don't have to worry about offering a new contract to a player in the next, 3 to 5 years. So that's gonna be a massive help, especially starting with a club like this one. All right, now we are doing the tactics. As you can see, I already picked a lot of options. It's good to pick as many options as you can to help your club move forward, tactically at least. Um, as you can see, I'm playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, very, very attacking formation, very high tempo, and all these stats that I chose are gonna be like helping us in the long run. we're going to be committing a lot of fouls. We're going to be receiving a lot of yellow cards. We're not going to be getting hit on the counter attack that much, and so on. So make sure you pick the ones that match your style. Let's say if you are parking the bus, you can go with stay on feet, etc. Like you should be using those options. As you can see now, I'm creating a third formation. I always like to use 3, and pay attention here. Everything that I chose for the first formation, I'm also putting on the rest. This is very important because of the training of the players. Because when they go into a training ground, they won't get confused. If you start putting them in different positions or with different instructions in general, the players are going to get confused and they are not going to develop as fast as they will do if they have every single thing, the same as the same formations. So the first formation that I use is 4-2-3-1. As I said, it's our attacking. It's going to be our main one. The second one is this one, the 4-3-3, which is more of a holding, and all of them are attacking, by the way. This is more of a holding and counter-attacking kind of formation. Let's say you are winning 2-0 against Manchester City or a big club like PSG, that they are fast and etc. Or like if you are playing against a Chelsea team that have a lot of midfielders, like if you are winning, then you can implement that plan in the game and hold the game, so you hopefully not receive any goals, and also hit them on the counter attack, and maybe you can score one more. The third one is the full attacking one. Let's say we are playing in a Champions League game. We need a goal. We are behind the score. We need to score in order to draw the game or even get a win out of it. We need to go full attacking. So it's good to create that formation as well for the players to train. So when you implement it in the game, all the players know exactly what they need to do. Right now, as you can see, I'm going through the list of the players that I want to sell from Manchester United. As I said in the beginning, I'm going to try to sell as many players as possible, with the exception of Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, because those players I want to keep them for the first season. And maybe if we don't have enough funds to fund all the areas, we'll sell them in the second season. I'm sorry, we're going to sell them in the second season. Other players that they will need to stay at the club are Højlund, the Denmark guy, the forward. We can't sell him right now because the club just bought him. The same goes with Onana. I want to sell him, but I can't because the club just bought him. And the same goes with Mount. You might be wondering why I'm mentioning Mount. Because he's not of the standard of play that I want to be playing. Like, he's a good player, but he's like not a Champions League final first choice player kind of thing, there are many better midfielders that you can use instead of him in order to drive your club forward. So obviously we're going to try to build an ultimate team here as a rebuild. It's not going to be super realistic, like in terms of real life rebuild, because most of the players, they just won't sign for Manchester United because of the club being in shambles right now, But in the game, we're going to try to build an ultra good team to be dominating in Premier League and Champions League, which are the main targets. Now, as you can see, because we are choosing the Sunday League thingy, I have to go through all this stuff. I'm going to try to be flying through them so we don't waste a lot of time. Let's go. By Victor Lindelof. Let's continue. Another three, make sure you always hire an intermediary like this. it helps you facilitate some sales, and it's gonna make it easier. You may not be getting the price that you want for a player, but at least the player will leave. The player that we want to sell will leave. And I know some of you may be burning inside and saying, why are you putting Kobe Mainu on the transfer window? Because I'm going to tell you, maybe in real life, he's only 18 years old. Maybe in real life, he's going to be an amazing midfielder. But in the game, he doesn't become as good as people make him to be. Like there are a lot of better 18-year-olds already in the game that you can use instead of him. Right. Furthermore, this rebuild usually takes 6 transfer windows, which is translated into 3 years. So a summer window, a Christmas window, etc. Because we are starting, mid transfer window, it's gonna be harder for us to sell some players because most of the teams already bought their players. So it's gonna be harder for us to sell them. And as you can see, when I'm trying to get rid of players like Christian Eriksen, you want to get a salary percentage for both playing and unused as close as possible to 100%. So even when they go out for sale, on loan, you can free up some money in your transfer from the transfer wages that you can then translate into the transfer budget. And also, as you can see from the Christian Eriksen sale, I'm always using the fee after 5 games that the team, after Christian Eriksen, for example, plays 5 games for that team, they will have to buy him. So this is a very good tactic to do if you are going through a rebuild, because right now, as you saw at the beginning, we don't have any money. So first of all, we need to sell some players. Second of all, we need to clear some wages so we can get some money for the transfers. And thirdly, in a club like United, because you are not going to get any money for the Christmas transfer window, you will need to have some money there. So by putting all the players to be sold after 5 games of them playing, you are going to rack up a nice transfer amount that you can utilize in the Christmas window. Plus, that kind of guarantees that the player will leave. If you go for the optional option, optional future fee, they might not buy him. So with that one, it basically guarantees that the player will leave. All right, let's try to sell Harry Maguire as well. This is a very important guy to leave because his wages are outrageous. They are close to 20 million. I don't really care about the fee that I'm going to get from him. I only care right now about the playing salary percentage and the unused. And as you can see, again, future fee after 5 games. Usually all these players will play 5 games until the Christmas window. So it's pretty much guaranteed that by the next season, they are going to be completely off the club and you're going to start receiving some money as well from the installments. So next year, like the summer window next year, we're going to have the money that the board will give us plus some of these installments. All right, let's continue going. Yeah, Union Berlin. Manton is not going to go to Union Berlin for sure. The main players that I want to get rid of right now are Varane with a straight up option sell. Loan is not going to cut it for him because he's actually worth 60 million. So, and he's getting like 20 million in wages. So that's 80 million in total. He needs to go on a straight transfer, hopefully to a Saudi league. And thank God for the Saudi league for spending so much money to get the players. Another player that I want to get rid of is Harry Maguire, also very high wages. Another player, okay, bye-bye Lisandro Martinez. You may be wondering why Lisandro Martinez as well. I'm going to explain you in a bit. And the last player that I want to get rid of is Eriksen. He's again on huge wages. And Casemiro. Yeah, let's go with that Casemiro as well. See, our first block from the board for basically nothing. So they make our job a lot harder. We're going to have to suffer through this, at least in the first year. The second year is going to be easier because the teams will be playing close to the amount that you are putting a player up for sale. So let's go back to why I'm selling Lisandro Martinez. He's good enough in general as a defender, but he's not like a dynasty kind of material of a player to be playing for us. And he's not that reliable in general. So what we want to build here is see another block. What we want to build here is a reliable first team that is going to be going through all the games, mostly winning them, and a kind of a second team that will be of players like, Lisandro Martinez, but a bit better. I always say he's kind of a second tier world class player, but we want to build two teams with world class players, like first tier world class players. Right, let's go through this. Let's continue. Maybe some players will leave. And this is very important as well. Make sure you get control of all the finances in the club with the staff contract renewals, the under 21s, under 18s, because what happens is when you start getting good general managers and loan managers and technical directors, etc., they start replacing, by Varane, they start replacing all the stuff all the time. So they are spending money on fees, on release fees on other board members, coaches for the lower teams, and they are burning through your money. You don't want to do that. Make sure you are the one doing all the signings and all the contract renewals. All right. So as you saw, Varane left. You see, we went from 60 to 89 million in transfer. Now we can start making some transfers. Let's go first of all for Nicolas Gonzalez, one of the best attacking midfielder players that there is right now in the game, and we can get him on the cheap actually, and he's only 25 years old, so he's a very good signing. As you can see, our strategy here is to offer a low fee and big installments. Obviously, we're going to be overpaying for some of the players, which in essence, we are going to be keeping up with the current Manchester United standards, in real life, overpaying players. But that's what we want to do for the rebuild. We want to maximize the transfer that we can bring in, the first team players. So the next transfer window and the next transfer window, we can get always the end product, not players that we are going to develop, always an end product. And look, like United has a lot of debt right now in the game. I will show it to you afterwards. Even if you rack up more debt, it doesn't matter. Like, it won't matter in the long run. Because we are going to start winning, Premier Leagues. We are going to start winning, hopefully, Champions League and hopefully Premier Leagues as well, if the rebuild goes well. So a lot of money will come in. A lot of money from sponsors are going to be adding up. A lot of money from the prizes. And we won't have to make any transfers because we are going to be rebuilding a very young squad that can lead us for years to go. So we won't be needed to be spending any more money on transfers. So the bulk of the money that will be coming in, they're going to be going towards the debt. All right, let's continue. Maybe with some more players will leave. Yeah, Anthony's not going to SEP. Also, for the players that you are sending out on loan, make sure you are always getting as close to 100% on playing salary percentage and or a new salary percentage. It doesn't make sense to send a player out for less than 50%, basically. As you see that I did with Jack Kingdon, is because I don't really want to bother with him. But for the rest of the players, you see that they have, okay, by Viktor Videlov, they have a bigger salary. You need to try and save as much space in the wages as you can, especially in the first season. Let's make sure Harry Maguire is going to leave this transfer window. Let's make sure we adjust the prices on some of the players. Maybe this way, maybe we can get rid of them. You might be wondering why Diogo Dalot as well, because he's not good enough. I never understood the hype around him. Like even in real life, there are a lot better fullbacks that United could have signed, and he could play for United as a second, not as the main right back. Like he's not good enough in defending. He's not good enough. He's good enough in the air. I would give him that. His crosses, they are not good enough either. So maybe he will go now to PSG in the game, obviously. Hopefully. All right, let's continue. All right, Casemiro is gone. That's great. More money for us to spend. Lisandro Martinez is gone. Great. All right, let's go through this. As you can see, we racked up a nice transfer budget. Now we can adjust it and we can start making some transfers. Okay, let's go firstly with Musiala, the best advanced playmaker that you have in the game right now. He doesn't want to come, obviously. Alphonso Davies, maybe the best left fullback that you can get in the game, hands down. Obviously, we're gonna need to overpay for him. We're gonna pay a lot of money for him in installments and fees, but he's worth the money. You can only buy the best fullback, basically wing back, because that's what the role is for him. You can only buy him one time, so yeah, let's overpay for him. Doesn't really matter. Let's go for Kovic Kvaratskhelia, one of the best left attacking midfielders. Obviously, we're going to overpay for him as well. The important thing is that they want to come, It's very hard for the stature of the club right now to bring quality players. And the fact that these kind of players, they are fine of coming, we should take advantage of it. All right, let's remove the wingback role. Although we are going to be playing him as a wingback. As you can see, I'm always removing the selling fee percentage and the yearly salary increase from all the contracts. That's another tip for you because you're going to save, again, a huge amount of money. And when these players reach their peak, obviously, we're going to try to sell them to recoup some of the money. You don't want to be giving any money away. But I think by that time, the club is going to be, hopefully, it's going to be stable in the financial department. Like one of our main goals in order to create this dynasty is to change 3 board members. Like we have this one now, then we will need to change it one time, then we will need to change it again, and then we will need to change it one more time to get someone that can lead this club forward and clear the debt, basically. That's one more of the reasons why I don't mind racking up a huge amount of future debt, because that will force the board out and hopefully bring someone better in. As you can see, we are trying to sign Michael Coyote right now. He's one of the best right back fullbacks that you can buy in the game, and he's very cheap. Obviously, he's very young, only 18, 19 years old. But he develops to be one of the best in the game, so he's worth it. Like for the first season, obviously, he's going to be our main fullback. On the later season, we will try to sign someone better, some of the best at least. Obviously, we can take Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool because he's a rival, but maybe we'll try to go for Reece James or Juan Foyth from Villarreal. We'll see. Maybe the game will drop a new fullback as well in Brazil or something. Maybe we can try to buy him. Right now, I know Ronald Araujo is not going to come because he only just signed a new contract, but it doesn't hurt to try, Even if he doesn't come this year, we're going to try to buy him next year. If you want to build the ultimate team, you need the ultimate defender. So he is right now in the game the best defender by far. Right, let's try to get Nico Schlotterberg. Obviously, we need some defenders as we saw Varane and Lisandro Martinez. He's kind of expensive, but again, he's only 23 years old. He's a powerful center back. He's a German machine, reliability. We are going to buy him one time, play him for, I don't know, 9, 10 years. He will be worth the money. Obviously, we are overpaying for him and bid as well. 15 million or so. But again, it doesn't really matter. Let's remove this. And as you can see, the salaries that we are paying these players are a lot less than the salaries that the players that left are getting. So we are doing a good job in general in replacing players with better players and lower wages. So right now we can sign a few more players. Yeah, Dalot is not going to PSV for sure. I'll try it either way. I need him gone. Or I'm not going to renew contract for this guy. He's never going to develop, and his price tag is kind of 2 million, 1.8. Okay, welcome Nicolas Gonzalez, our first transfer. Let's cancel the next game. Right now we are focusing on the transfer window, bringing players in, getting players out. I don't know for you guys, but for me, the transfer window is always the best time when I'm playing a career in Football Manager, because you can move so many pieces in and out. You can do all these tactical decisions. You can replace bad players with better players. It's the most exciting thing for me. And the Champions League finals, whenever you go into a final, those are the best moments. The rest of it is, kind of boring in general. Let's see if Napoli's going to get McTominay. He's one of the players that I want gone as well. All right. We're waiting for the players that we signed to come in, so we can have a clear picture of how much money we will be able to spend. Like we don't want to exceed the salaries and try to buy new players, because then we are not going to be able to offer them a contract. They are going to get mad, and then you have to wait at least 3 weeks before you can make another offer. And by that time, you might lose that guy. That happens a lot, actually. Right, let's continue. Napoli they won a lot as well. Well, they do have money. We just bought Vicha from them. As I said, try to get as close to 100% as possible. They are offering a nice uh, fee as well. Okay, welcome Alfonso, welcome Nico. Let's do this. Plus, we're going to be getting some more money from the sale of shares, as you can see. Okay, let's try to adjust the budget. We have some more signings that we can do. Like, yeah, we can offer one more contract at least. Let's go with Usman Diomande, one of the brightest young defenders. He's tall, he's fast, he's very reliable. He's not the best in the game. The best actually is I don't remember his name, but he plays for Leipzig. We're going to try to sign him next year, because I think in most saves he just joined Leipzig, or he just got a new contract, so we can't really sign him. Plus, we don't have the money for him. Usually, Leipzig has a very high price tag on their players. Antony to West Ham? Nah, I don't really think so. But we are going to try nonetheless. Okay, let's try to fly through this. Well, thank God McTominay didn't get injured for more than 2 weeks, because his transfer would be cancelled. All right, let's get Vikic as well. Welcome. I can't pronounce his last name though. I don't know. It's like Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia, maybe, I don't know. But he's gonna be our number 7. He'll have to carry that legacy from Cristiano Ronaldo. Right, as you saw, I put the players that I want to make future transfers in the shortlist. It's gonna be easier for me to keep an eye on them if any team will try to buy them, etc. That's very important. All right, let's try to fly through this as well. Yep. Dalot, of course. He always hopes to stay, man. It's gonna be hard to get rid of this guy. Hopefully in the next summer window. Because I think if we're gonna go for a top uh, right back, it's gonna be tough in the Christmas windows. Because in the Christmas windows, all the player prices are inflated, because no team wants to lose any player unless they put him on the transfer list. Most of the players that we're going to try to buy in the Christmas window, their prices are going to be inflated. So you see, we're trying to get as close to 50%. We can't, but we're not. Nevertheless, we're trying to get rid of him, and we don't really want him going on a loan. So appeal for this one. And of course, McTominay rejects as well. Him and Dalot, like, they are always the bad apples that they don't want to leave. And Anton is going to be hard to get rid of. All right, let's continue. Yeah, Toby Collier, he's not one of the best youngsters that we can get. So, all right. So we are near the end of our first episode. I'm going to show you guys a game with our signings. Obviously, I'm going to terminate Sofia Amrabat's loan as well to get some of the money back. Maybe we can get one more transfer in or two. We'll see. Obviously, we want our first team is going to be the new transfer guys. Let's see where we are missing players as well. They have priority to play. Obviously, Coyote is going to come. So for this one, let's go with Dalot. And as you can see, we have a problem at midfield. We are lacking an advanced playmaker. I know that Bruno Fernandes usually can play that position or Mount, but we will need to sign some more midfielders to make it through the first year. Let's see, hopefully some of these players will leave through intermediaries or loans. This is another trick that you should be utilizing before you go into a game. You should be going to the opposition instructions, and as I said, we are going to be playing a very high tempo game, a very aggressive game. So we will be making a lot of fouls, and this way we make sure every player is covered, and we can actually commit fouls. They used to, I think in 2021 Football Manager, they used to have this feature that you could put all this into your position one time and you wouldn't need to make it again. But I don't know. I think they changed it in the past 2 years, and you have to do it manually every time. Whilst in 2029 it was automatic. You do it one time, and it's for every single team, for any single player. All right. Also, yeah, I like to watch key highlights and beat faster game, so we can put some more games in. Nice shot mount. Well, to be honest, I'm not expecting much from this game because the players lack a general sharpness. This is to build up their sharpness. Obviously, nice shot, Fernandez. Obviously, I expected him to win. It's against Charlton, but we'll see. We still have a few players in the squad that we want to sell, like Onana, like Dalot. Wow, Onana made the save after Nico's mistake. Excellent. Nico already proved he's worth the money. As I said, it's a general lack of sharpness. Well, hopefully, when the official game starts, he's gonna be better, because we can't really sign another defender for 80 million transfer fee. We need to bolt our midfield next. Right, let's see. As I said, I prefer key highlights. So whenever you see the game stop going out automatically, then you have something important. Maybe a crossbar, maybe a penalty, maybe a goal, maybe a red card. All right, let's see. And 1-0 to Charlton. Nice move by them. Horrible defending by us. From Dalot's side. I'm telling you, like he's a weak fullback in general. Even with full match sharpness, I don't count on him on any of the games. Coyote is going to be playing most of the games, and he will be as backup unless we manage to sell him and get someone better, like one Foyt or something. Nice crossbar. At least it was a nice move by Rashford. Obviously, we want to sign a striker as well, but the best strikers are on very okay. Nice. We're getting humiliated by Charlton. Very nice. So as I was saying, the best strikers in Lautaro Martinez, Osimhen, that they are currently in game. Mbappe, Haaland, obviously we can sign him. We can buy them in this transfer window. We can go for some of the younger, soon-to-be superstar. Another crossbar, nice. Other to be superstars, but we don't want to build the whole team as full youngsters because they will need some time to develop. So we don't want to get all the players as wonder kids or 21 years old. We need some of them developed already. And as I said, the training facilities are not that good, so the players they are going to get a long time to develop. It's going to be a slow and painful process. Obviously, with the way that we are selling players with the low fee and the high installments, we would try to build a fairly young team. Okay, nice goal. We get one back. So as I was saying, we're going to try to build a young team in general, so that we won't have to make any transfers for like the future. Right now, we're playing at the 23rd, 24th season. So after we build the team, oh, so after we build the team, by 2016, 2017 season, then we won't have to make any new transfers. We're going to be trying to sign wonder kids to sell. That's another way to get money to the club. Sign the young wonder kids, set them out on loans, get some money in from there, then sell them and bring some money in. This is just for fix the finances. It's not for buying other players. Dalota 6.4. It's going to be his usual average rating, obviously. Oh, come on, Kubica, you don't lose this. We have to play one Bisaka. Obviously, I want to get rid of him. Not a very good defender at all. But for this game, because we don't have Coyote, we can try and make one or two changes. But as I said at the beginning, like, this is going to be our main squad, so I need these players to get the match sharpness for when the official game starts. All right, it goes to nothing. I think most of these misses because of sharpness. Hopefully, the next game they won't be missing all the chances. Let's see. We are built for counter-attacks, so maybe this will be one to equalize. No longer a counter-attack. Looks promising. And come on. He's the one that scored the goal. Anyway, we are not going to make a big fuss out of it. Pre-season game, first game, not a full squad, still some players to go in the transfer market. Oh, Kuvica is a flop. No, I'm kidding, obviously. Right, 90 minutes, maybe we'll steal the ball here. Nice, let's see if we can go to an attack. No, come on, that was too easy. Hello, Bisaka? Ball behind you, no? Well, he did good for a minute there, Nico, but the pass was so bad. Yeah, at least we got to see Onana make some saves pre-season, because usually in the official games he won't be making any saves. He's not that good of a goalkeeper. That's why I'm saying this. Alright, it's probably going to be a defeat. Yep. They were terrible. We let them know that. And let's continue for a bit. Alright. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it. Subscribe in order to watch the full series and maybe pick up some more tricks. I guarantee you it's going to be awesome. Obviously, this is my first video, so have a good one.